Hey, lovely. Welcome back to the Brand Builders Lab podcast. Awesome to have you here. Today, we are talking all about something that I am obsessed with this year, and it's all about simplifying, amplifying, and automating. We're going to get into it. I can't wait to share it with you. I am blinkers on, 100% focused on making sure that we 10x the business this year with these three words. Yeah. So before we dive in, I just want to let you know that we have kicked off Brand Builders Academy. I'm very excited about it. We've got an amazing group of women in there, but I also wanted to let you know that if you still want to join, you can come and join. Yeah, because we have got coaching calls that happen all year round. We've got them in all time zones as well, whether you're in Europe, America, Australia. And so I, once again, am obsessed with my clients' results this year. We are all about the case study. We're all about the results. We're all about how do we make sure that when a client comes and works with me, I like to say us, when a client comes and works with us, me and my team, that we get the results. And so if you are wanting help this year, come and join us in BBA. And if you are beyond that, you're over 100, 150 grand in revenue, you want to build a personal brand, you want to build your digital products, etc., build your speaker brand, then you can come and join us in the Accelerator as well. And I just feel like I was talking to somebody the other day and she's like, how can people work with you? And you know how you think you talk about things all the time? I think I do. But what do I always say? Unless you feel like a broken record, you're doing it wrong. So I wanted to give you the invitation to come and join us in the Academy or the Accelerator, depending on where you're at. And I'm going to talk a little bit about this as well as we go through Simplify, Amplify, Automate. Yes, SAA. Okay, well, listen, let's dive into today's episode. I have been thinking about this for a while. I feel like simplify was a word that I had for my business. You know, when we have the one word, I didn't do it this year because for me, this year was all about doing things differently. If I have been in a habit of doing something, this year was all about not doing that and doing something different, because you can't keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So that was my thinking around it. I had a great break. I didn't work. We put automations in place that worked really well. And now it's really about looking at the business and saying, how do we, number one, simplify? So streamline or simplify, you use the S that works for you. And one of the things that I have personally found difficult to do is, number one, I don't want to be launching all the time when it comes to my programs. And also, I really wanted to streamline and simplify the way that leads are coming into the business. So lead generation, as it always should be, is like the number one focus for my business right now. How do we 10x, 100x the leads that are coming in so that I can build a team, a bigger team that can help us and my clients to grow? And so really looking at the products that we've got. So Brand Builder Academy is obviously my signature program. The Amplify Accelerator has been a mastermind that I've had for a while now. And whilst it's the same type of client, they are at different stages of their journey. And so what I really wanted to do was build a funnel and build a message that attracts that type of person. So a woman who is an action taker, she's tired of trying to figure it out on her own. She wants help and support, and she's willing to get uncomfortable and do the work. She loves the woo and the do. We love talking about mindset. I actually added in a bonus tapping video for my BBA clients yesterday, which was the emotional freedom technique, if you don't know it. And it's all about releasing those negative thoughts and tapping in the beliefs that you want to have. So I am as a certified mindset coach, I am a big believer in all of the woo. Let's just be clear on that. I don't think that you can build a business without doing a lot of personal work. And I feel like we've talked about that a lot on this podcast. So if you're not new here, that's not going to be new information to you. But really taking a look at who are the clients that we're wanting to speak to right now in 2025. And one of the things that I say to a lot of my clients and to my BBA clients is really going through this myself every year. Does our brand strategy still align? Have we shifted it a little bit? And for me, I definitely have shifted more towards coaching, consulting, and online businesses. So service-based businesses that sell online, because that's my zone of genius. That's my background. That's where I love to help my clients. And so niching down a little bit more is part of the simplification. This is who we work with. If you've got a consulting business, I come from a consulting background. If you've got a coaching business, I am a coach. If you've got a service-based business, I understand service-based businesses. So I think it's about really being comfortable in continuing to niche and narrow down exactly who you're working with, because it just makes it so much easier for you to cut through the noise when it comes to your messaging. Now, when it comes to personal branding, I am not a huge one for being super niche, because I think that there's a lot of different elements of you that are part of your personal brand that help people to get to know you, love you, trust you, all the rest of it. But when it comes to the clients that you work with and the problem that you solve, I am a big believer in the niche. Yeah, so really simplifying and streamlining that and asking yourself, is it really clear who I work with? So the other day I sat and I rewrote my who. Like, I went back to what we've had in our brand strategy for a long time, but I'm like going even deeper with it. What else can I say about her? What is she feeling right now in the world that we're in when it comes to marketing and content and AI and all the rest of it? What is she thinking and feeling and creating? And also, am I still just wanting to work with women? That is something I constantly ask myself. I have had male clients, and it's more if a guy comes to me and he's like, your vibe just resonates for me, where I'm totally open to that as well, but we don't actively market to men. And I think we'll continue along those lines, where we do love to work with the women in our group. And if there's a dude out there who is our vibe, then he is more than welcome as well. But I think really revisiting your, and I hate the word avatar, your dream cream client and going deeper on that person is so important. I sat and I actually wrote down, there were so many, I want to say there were like 50 or more, the problems that she's facing, the things that she's thinking, the issues that she has in her business. And once again, went really deep on that, because I think sometimes we've got to really remind ourselves and also update ourselves on what they're thinking and feeling. And so I've really been thinking about my current clients and the conversations that we're having and the questions that I'm getting either in BBA or through my one-on-one coaching that my clients are struggling with right now, and making sure that all of my content and all of my avatar information, my problems that I identify about my client, the personality of my client, and what she's really like and going after and thinking and feeling is up to date right now. So if you haven't done that, I think that is actually one of the main things that you need to do. And we revisit that like at least every year, just to make sure. Sometimes it's a check-in. It's like, yep, all of that still remains true and the same. I feel like this year I've kind of dived a lot deeper into it for a number of reasons that we'll talk about. So that's one of the first things. So right now we're focused on who we're targeting and the message to that person, and being as crystal clear as humanly possible so that they can identify themselves really easily when we speak to them. Yeah. And so when we do that, now it's really about saying, okay, when we attract those people in, we want to bring them into kind of the same place and say to them, if you're at this level, you join the academy. If you're at this level, you join the accelerator. And so it's all kind of sitting under the brand builder, the brand builder's brand. Yeah, so we've got brand builders lab, we've got brand builders, and then you join the academy or the accelerator. And so that for me is like, if we 10x, 100x our leads, we want to make it really clear where people can go for whatever it is that they need, rather than us constantly marketing the different products and services, which I actually don't like doing. It just kind of drives me a little bit mad. and each to their own. Like if you're like, I find it really easy to market different products, then all good. But for me and my brain and the way that I like to work, I want to attract the masses and then give them like two options to go here or to go here, Academy or Accelerator. So that's what we're building out at the moment, and simplifying and streamlining. And can I tell you one of the things that I'm actually excited about? We've got over 100 pages on the back end of our website. I'm like, we can delete all of this. We can just like simplify the website, simplify our funnels. Like we're building funnels in Thrivecart as well, so we can get rid of all of the pages on the website, etc. So that's actually another little happy coincidence of simplifying the way in which we're speaking to our audience, attracting them, and making an offer to them, and how that affects the back end of our systems, etc. So that's the first thing around simplifying. The other thing around simplifying is also through content. So I have been trying to record the videos for YouTube, etc. I am in love with my DJI Osmo 3 Pocket 3. If you haven't seen it, if you want to check it out, you can go to susechadwick.com/DJI and you can use my affiliate link. Obsessed with it. So many of my clients have bought it. It's just really high quality. It's great. But because I don't have any room left on my hard drive, I've literally just ordered a 10 terabyte hard drive for us to save all of our videos and our content, etc., because that is becoming a problem in the business as well. And so really looking at how we're creating that video content, and even now me continuing to look for the right content person that can just be cutting all of it up and creating a whole lot more online that I don't need to be managing myself. And really also helping our clients to create those processes of content creation and team building so that they can, number two, amplify. You know, obviously the Accelerator has been called Amplify Accelerator for a long time. I'm a big believer in amplifying what it is that you do. It's not about always more. It's about taking what you have and putting it out there in a bigger way. It's amplifying it, yeah? So for us, once again, for the simplification, we've got simplification of our client, who they are, simplification of the offer, what we're giving to them, how are we amplifying it. So for us, we're really looking at what are the ads that we're creating. Story ads seem to be working really well. $27 offers seem to be working really well from research and from conversations with people that I know in the marketing space that are using it. And also for me getting on more podcasts as well. We kind of had a period of time where that was happening a lot. That's dropped off. And so it's really sitting down and working out your amplification strategy. It's saying, okay, if we want to take what we have, take what we talk about, take what we know, and we want to put it out in a bigger way, what are the different ways that we can do that? Well, I can create a whole lot more content. Otherwise, we can take, which is the whole, you know, way that I want you to think about it. Take what I'm already creating and have a team that can cut it up and deliver it in a lot more places so that we are amplifying it. More people are seeing it. We're connecting with more of our audience as well. And so more content from what we're creating. Also having a content manager that is taking what we're creating and creating more written content. So SEO is a really big one that we're continuing to focus on in the business. I feel like we go through these ebbs and flows where we focus on it. We get it to where we want it to go. At the beginning of the year, I did a search on myself. I come up at the top of page 2 for certain keywords that we want to be found for. So now I've said to my VA, like, these are the things that we want to do because we want to be getting on page 1 as well, and continuing to build content for the website as well as far as blog posts go, but doing it in a really smart and efficient way, which is generating it from this content that I'm creating for you and for the podcast and for YouTube, etc. So really think about, how am I amplifying my voice and my brand this year? And if you can't tell me how you're doing it, then you've not sat down and worked out a plan and a strategy for it. So you really want to think about what are the platforms that we're going to use? What is the medium that we're going to use? Is it just audio? Is it video? Is it written? What are we going to do? How are we going to do it? Is it up to you? Have you got a VA? Have you got a content manager? What does that look like? And then also, from an ads perspective, spend. So starting small potentially, like anything from $10 to $30 a day to test out a funnel where, you know, that lead magnet that you created that you talked about once and then you never shared again, how are you going to use that in a very strategic way where you've actually got a funnel attached to it? How are you going to get that out there more and target the people that you want? And then once they come in, you are nurturing them and you are contacting them potentially, and you are having a conversation in some way, shape, or form. So one of the things that we're adding to a lot of our lead magnets is social handle. We have, you know, we could obviously put phone number on there as well, but I think from a personal perspective, I don't respond to text. And I know I always say to my clients, you are not your client, so don't always think like that. But I don't really want to text people at the moment. That could change down the line, but we want to get their social handles so that obviously that's then in our system. We can DM people, we can connect with them, we can follow up on things that they have signed up for. So really looking at from the amplification, so potentially all of our organic content and then putting ads out there, what is the automation? And you absolutely have to have this, because obviously you can't, if you're wanting to 10x, 100x your leads, your contacts, etc., then that can't be a manual process. So really taking a look at what automations can we be using. So for us right now, we are updating our funnels. We're using Thrivecart for the way in which we're offering low-priced products. So for example, we've got the in-demand brand blueprint training. So that used to be a workshop or a free workshop that I had. And now we've put that into like a mini course. We've added bits to it. We've added a workbook to it, etc. And we've repackaged that as a $27 offer. You can go check it out at suzchadwick.com/in-demand, one word. And then from there, once somebody decides to purchase that, there's then a bump to another product and then another bump to another product. So we're going to be using that from an automation perspective. Obviously, that is a revenue generator, but really more of a revenue generator for marketing spend. So if that works and we can get that working in the way that we want, then obviously we can scale that particular funnel. We also will have emails that are attached to that from a nurture perspective that will be automated. So once the ads go out, we're getting in front of clients. They're purchasing potentially multiple things. They're then getting emails from us, and then offers are being made. And so really thinking about this is one thing we're going to be going through with our BBA clients in a few weeks' time as well, and really helping our clients to map that out for themselves and what that looks like for where they are in their business. So if you need help with that, you know where to come. And so that's like one thing that we're doing for that as far as automation goes. Now, the other thing that's working really well is obviously ManyChat. If you don't know what ManyChat is, then ManyChat is an automated system that when you comment on something on Instagram, it can automatically reply, and then there is a sequence that you can set up at the back. And we're learning how to use this better as well. So what we've done in the past is that somebody might comment on something and then we'll send them to the landing page where they can sign up. Now, you don't always get the sign up as well. So the thing that we're changing with ManyChat is that when somebody drops the word, then we collect their information, their email address at that stage, and then we send them the landing page, the offer, the freebie, the training, whatever it is that they're opting into. So we're trying to get a lot more sophisticated with ManyChat as well, and making sure that we're optimizing it. The great thing that I'm loving is that you can have these long sequences where somebody might drop a word, opt in for something, we'll collect their email address, and then there's an automated message, say a few days later, saying, how did you go with that? If you've got any questions, let us know. And then we could even ask a question, you know, are you earning above 10K a month or under 10K a month or whatever the question is that we want to ask. And then based on what they say, we can then provide them with specific offers. So we're deep in the ManyChat automation, customization, conversation building to be able to deliver what somebody needs in the moment that they're connecting with us. And I think this really comes back to the personalization that we talked about in one of the earlier episodes this year, is that people want things that are for them. And so if you can use automation to ask questions that then have obviously a logic behind it, if they choose this, then offer them this. If they choose that, then offer them that. Yeah, so really optimizing for that, I think, is something that is amazing, that is available to us, that is worth looking at. But the thing is that you've also got to make sure that you're using it on a regular basis. So the majority of our posts, somewhere in the post, we usually have a drop the word to grab whatever. And we're always reverse engineering that as well, where, you know, we want to make sure that we're offering things that we know can help our clients to achieve whatever goal it is that they've got when it comes to what it is that I teach and what we offer. And so really thinking about how we can do that. So I'm doing a series at the moment on Instagram, how to build a brand that sells for you. So we're doing videos and carousels, etc. And that's always leading to like the BBA sales page, where there is a free masterclass there for them to consume, which is the Confidence to Clients Masterclass. So always offering our clients value, but really using the automated systems that we are paying for and incorporating into the business to be able to do that. We're also looking at other automations. So for me, I really want to understand and learn make.com a whole lot better, because I know that that could automate a lot of the content on a huge scale. And so I'm all into any automation at the moment that can amplify our brand, get more content out there, and help us build our list, our leads, our clients, our revenue, our clients' revenue, all the rest of it. Because at the end of the day, like when we get this sorted and get it working, then obviously I'm just going to teach my clients how to do that as well. And so really think about, how are you simplifying what you're offering, who you're speaking to, being super direct? How are you amplifying? So taking what you have and 10xing it, yeah, to the people that you want to be connecting with. And then how are you automating it? So once you've amplified it and you've now got the masses coming to you, how are you automating it? And that could be through digital products, courses, ManyChat, make.com, those sorts of things. You don't need all of it, but having one or two things that can really simplify it for you, I think is so worthwhile and really important. I'm obsessed with it. I love it. I'm just like, let's go. So that is what 2025 is for me, are those three words: simplify, amplify, automate. I hope that that has got you thinking. I hope that you're going to be like, yes, Suze, yes to those three words. I want to do that as well, because when you do that, it means, do you know what it means? Do you want to know what it means? It means that you can spend more time with the incredible dream clients that you want to be working with, and the front end of your business is kind of 70%, 80% taken care of. I just want you to imagine that for a minute. Imagine if you had the simple offer, the simple but powerful message, the amplification process, and the automations in place, and you just had incredible clients coming to you, and then you can work with them. Hello, amazing. Isn't that what we all want? Okay, enough of my yapping. Amazing to spend this session with you, this podcast episode with you. If you've got any questions, if you've got any questions, I'm going to leave that in. You can DM me at Suze Chadwick on Instagram. If you're not following me, then what even is happening? If you haven't left a review for the podcast, can you do me a huge favor and leave a review? That's the other part of the amplification, is I really want somebody that's going to take all of this and do a whole lot more with it. But your support is always appreciated, and you know where to come if you need help. SuzeChadwick.com/BBA or DM me. Have an incredible week. I will see you next time on the podcast.